One-pot meals are awesome. Cooking a meal in a single pot means there's only one pot to clean, it takes only one burner, and it's super easy. One meal that I've been obsessed with lately is rice, pilaf, and chicken. And today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make in one pot. Now, as you can probably guess, the main ingredient in rice pilaf is rice. But the difference between rice pilaf and ordinary rice that you would just cook in some water or liquid is that you first saute the rice. You usually saute it in butter, oil, or a combination of the two. Now, sauteing rice before simmering it really changes rice for the better. The rice grains take on this nuttier, toasted flavor, and each grain is more separate. The texture is different too. So instead of just like basic steamed rice where it's really just soft, when you have a rice pilaf, it's almost got this nutty, kind of crunchy texture. It's just delicious. So here are the main ingredients for this recipe. We have 2 cups of rice. This is just enriched white rice. We have 4 pieces of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I like to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs for this recipe because they're more flavorful. We've also got 1 cup of mixed carrots and peas. I just use a bag of frozen. It's much easier that way. And half an onion cut up. Finally, we have 3.5 cups of water. As for the pot to cook it in, you're going to want something nice and large with a heavy bottom. You're probably going to want 4-quart or bigger. For this, I am using a enameled cast iron. This is a Staub enameled cast iron, and you're going to want to make sure that you have a lid as well. This is going to take about 45 minutes to make, but it is so worth it. As you can see, I have moved outside, and I'm doing this intentionally. The first reason I'm cooking this outside is because the chicken thighs do tend to create quite a bit of smoke and grease, and I just kind of want that to go outside than inside. But moreover, I want to prove that this is a one-pot recipe and that you really only need one burner. That means you can make this just about anywhere. So as you can see, I'm using an induction burner and a Staub pan right here. And if you haven't watched my video on induction cookware and induction burners, be sure to do that, and then you'll have everything you need to know about induction cooking. So the first thing we're going to do is preheat our pot, and then we are going to add some oil and butter and then start sauteing the chicken thighs. I've got about a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to use, let's say about a tablespoon or 2 of vegetable oil. We'll just wait for this to get nice and hot, and then we will throw the chicken in the pot. And I'm heating this over about, let's say, medium heat. Okay, and the beauty about induction ranges, as I said in my video last week about induction cooking, is that it heats up really quick. So we can see that the oil and the butter have started to kind of bubble. Now we are going to start to brown the chicken. And I have already seasoned this chicken with salt and pepper. We'll cook these for about 5 minutes on each side until they are nice and browned. Okay, we've browned our chicken and taken it out of the pot. Now the chicken isn't fully cooked. This is called par cooking because it's not completely cooked. We just want to get that nice browned outside, and we want to use the drippings of that chicken that's going to help flavor the rest of the ingredients. So now we are going to add our vegetable mixture. So we're going to cook our vegetables for about 3 to 5 minutes, or just until the onions start to take on just a little bit of a brown color. This is already smelling absolutely amazing, and I think my neighbors their heads are going to start coming over the fence here to wonder what smells so good. Remember to stir this often. And don't forget to season with some salt and pepper. Okay, our vegetables are nice and soft. The onions are taking on just a little bit of a brown color, and now it is time to put the pilaf in our rice pilaf. We are going to put the rice into the pot, and we are just going to cook it for about, again, 3 to 5 minutes, just until the rice gets a little bit of color on it and you smell that nice nutty flavor. So pour it in just like this, and then just start to stir that rice around. The idea is to coat the rice in all that beautiful oil and deliciousness that is happening in the pot. And you're just going to want to kind of stir like this every so often and cook this for a few more minutes. Okay, after cooking the rice for about 3 to 5 minutes, it has taken on this really nice nutty aroma. Now what we have done is we have put the chicken back into the pot. We have poured in the water, and now, just like a normal pot of rice, we are going to wait for this to come back up to a simmer. And when pouring the water into the pot, be sure to scrape the bottom. That's going to help collect any of those nice brown tasty bits, and it's also going to help keep anything from scorching on the bottom of the pot. Okay, we have reached a simmer. Now that all that's left to do is put a lid on it. With the lid on, just turn the heat to low and let this cook for about 15 to 25 minutes. That time is really going to depend on the type of pot you're using, the age of the rice, etc. But check on it after about 15 minutes. Basically, what you're looking for is for that moisture to be absorbed into the rice. You've done the hard part. Now all you have to do is let it cook. It's been just under 20 minutes. Let's check on our rice and see how it's looking. Oh yeah. Look at this. This looks great. Now, what we want to do to make sure all the liquid has been absorbed is just kind of take your spoon and gently kind of push that rice away toward the bottom. You see, there is no more water left. That is exactly what we want. So now put the lid back on the pot and turn off the heat. What we're going to do now is just going to kind of let that rice and all those ingredients relax. Then in about 5 minutes, we will fluff and give this a taste. We're back inside and we have let our rice pilaf rest. And letting rice rest after it cooks is actually an important step, because what happens is any extra liquid that's in the rice is just kind of reabsorbed. So just think of it as the rice kind of taking a breath. Just give it about 5 minutes after you cook, and then we'll fluff. So let's take a look at our rice here. And guys, this looks absolutely amazing, and it smells even better. But of course, we want to give it a try here. And one final touch I like to do with my rice is add just a little bit of parsley to it. And this is just dried parsley, but it still gives it a nice pop of flavor and nice color. And if you have fresh parsley, even better. Okay, time for the payoff. Let's try our rice pilaf and chicken. So we will get some of our lovely vegetables here. Nice piece of chicken. And give it a try. So the rice is, because we made a pilaf and we sauteed it first, the rice has this kind of almost crunch to it, yet it's still soft. And the chicken is perfectly cooked. The vegetables are still crisp. Guys, you've got to try this. So that is how to make a one-pot meal of rice pilaf with chicken and vegetables. Guys, I think you're really going to like this recipe. Give it a try and let me know what you think. And if there's anything you want to learn how to cook, or any recipes you're kind of wondering about, put those in the comments below and I'll try to get to them on another episode. As always, thanks for watching I Want to Cook, and I'll see you next time.